Since moving to the East Coast and starting to vend pretty heavily at some of the local sneaker conventions, I got excited when I heard that there was going to be a sneaker show that was happening alongside a car show. So of course I had to accept the invitation to vend there. This is my experience vending over at Get Money Kicks at Harrah's Casino in Pennsylvania.
Saturday, September 17th, and I am on my way to Harrah's, Philadelphia, where I'm going to be attending Get Money Kicks, a sneaker event, and I guess it's going to be held in like a parking garage, and the other floors of the parking garage are going to be having a car show going on at the same time. It sounded like an interesting event. I've never done a show in Philly, but another 45 minutes before I get there. We'll check in once we land. So I'm officially here at Harrah's Casino. It's about 2 o'clock. I didn't actually receive any sort of instructions as far as loading was concerned, so for the last like half hour, 45 minutes, I've been running around trying to figure it out. Finally got my wristband. Good news is I'm close to the elevator. Bad news is I got to go up 8 floors a couple of times to bring all my loads in. 2 or 3 o'clock. I think the show starts at 5. Load-in process was quite a pain in the neck. I had to go from the 1st floor up to the 8th floor on an elevator with all of my stuff, especially when you're running solo. That's a little bit challenging. Unfortunately, we're not in the covered part of the parking garage, which is what I thought we were going to be in. We're actually on the top floor. We are underneath sunlight, so we're going to be cooking all day. We got a couple of the other sneaker vendors that are already set up, kind of like right by the entrance. Nice view though, for real. This is a cool spot. It's just gonna be super interesting to see what traffic is like.
I decided to secure my stuff and take a quick lap around the venue since I was only gonna have one shot to do this before the show actually started and I wasn't able to leave my booth. I found that there were about 30, maybe 40 different tables that were just dedicated to sneakers and apparel and associated merchandise, but beyond that, it was much more of a car show than it was a sneaker show. I don't know too much about cars, but the cars that were at this specific event were definitely giving me much more of a street racer vibe, especially this orange one, which I'm pretty sure is from the original Fast and Furious movie. It was pretty obvious that the individuals at this event had definitely dedicated a ton of time and money and effort into building the car of their dreams, and they were all here to show off and show out. It was pretty cool to be around a group of individuals like this, but I just had no idea what I was looking at. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of them might have felt the same way when they came through and looked at the sneakers that we had at our booths as sneaker resellers. It was pretty cool to be in this kind of environment though.
10 till 4 right now, an hour and 10 minutes until the doors actually open. All set up at this point in time. Booth is looking pretty good. We got plenty of space. Now it's just a matter of hoping that we got the right crowd coming through today to actually sell some pairs.
It was a big venue, but we were right by the entrance elevator, so we were hoping that was gonna bring some traffic by.
5 o'clock, show's starting right now, and hopefully people will start funneling in. Sold a couple of graded Pokemon cards to one of the other vendors. Found out a lot of people here actually were at SneakerCon DC too, which is pretty wild.
Immediately after the doors opened, it seemed like there was gonna be a good flow of traffic.
6:30, we are an hour and a half into the show, and we've had some pretty cool people stopping by. No sneaker sales quite yet though. It's just kind of like a trickle of foot traffic so far. People are actually stopping by and chopping it up, which is always a cool thing. It's 7:30 now, sun has officially gone down. Foot traffic remains a trickle. A lot of people coming through asking about the customs, which I always appreciate. Hopefully we'll sell a couple shoes by the end of the day.
Unfortunately, this was about as busy as it would get during any point during the entire night.
Man, it just turned 8 o'clock. They're starting to do the car competitions going on. Slow trickle continues. No Pikachus coming through to buy some Pikachus. Let's go. Thanks for stopping by. 9:30 right now. A bunch of sneaker vendors are already clearing out. It's a cool show for sure. There's just not a lot of foot traffic as far as the sneaker stuff is concerned. I'm gonna start to do a slow burn, packing up, just start to get shit ready, make it a little bit easier to get it to the car. 10:30, and basically every single sneaker vendor has cleared out, or at least cleared up their spot. I figured I might as well cruise around and show you guys what the car show looks like, and we'll do a quick lap. These are all the spots where the sneaker vendors were, but obviously everybody is cleared out. Coming over to the far side where there were more sneaker vendors, it is also cleared out.
With all of the other sneaker vendors packed up and shipped away, and all of my stuff packed up into my car and parked in a secure location, I was able to actually take a walk around the car event to see every single car displayed in its full form. It was absolutely incredible to see some of the things that people had done to their vehicles to just make them absolute showcase pieces. It was really neat to hear some of the conversations that people were having about the different components that they had in their vehicles and some of the different customizations that they had done both on the interior and exterior of the vehicles. I was really excited to learn that there was so much more depth to the actual customization than I had ever expected, and I think that this was one of the cooler parts about my experience, was actually being able to see what this car event was really all about. I even saw this dope Baby Yoda car, which I thought was one of the coolest things at the entire show.
And that about concludes it. Pretty cool to see all the cars going. Yeah, kind of a bummer that I didn't sell a single pair, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. At least I made a whole bunch of really good connections. And now it's time for the long car ride back. If you got the chance, take the 10 extra seconds to hit that like button, as well as that subscribe button. That goes a really long way in helping to support this channel. You can always make sure that you stay updated by checking out the website at www.sailboatsupplies.xyz. Or you can follow me on social media at Sailboat Supplies. Thank you to everybody that stuck around until the cold, bitter end of this video. You guys already know I'm Sailboat, and I'm out of here.